Ella Nilsson, I had you unmuted. You have a question first?
Yes, hi. Thank you, Senator, and glad to hear that you and your colleagues are safe right now. I wanted to ask if you had any information on the deployment of the DC and Virginia National Guard, when National Guard troops might get to the Capitol complex at this point for members' safety, and also if you have any information on why the DC Guard was a bit delayed. Thank you.
Well, I don't have any information. All I know is from what has been reported in the media, which was, the DC Guard does not have a governor because DC is not a state. So there was no governor who could activate the DC Guard to perform this duty. And therefore, the President of the United States was the person that would have had to make that decision. And my understanding was that the Trump administration officials at the Pentagon declined to allow the DC Guard, declined to activate the DC Guard so that they could come and provide their crowd control duties and their, domestic disturbance duties. I understand that President Trump has now reversed that, and the DC Guard has been allowed to be activated. But the DC Guard is very different from the other states because DC is not a state. I will tell you though, as I moved into the secure location, I did have uniformed military personnel, which I assume were DC National Guard coming through.
Okay, next question I saw from Daniel Strauss. Daniel, if you can unmute.
Hi, Senator. Thanks so much for taking the time, and I'm glad you're safe. Can you talk about, do you expect more security now going forward throughout the process? How long will this take? What's going to change in the next 2 hours during the electoral certification process?
Well, I'm not sure what is going to be happening. I can only tell you that as the Democratic senators are chatting with each other, we want to resume the process. And it was announced from some of the staff members that we can indeed proceed from our current location. Once they find all of the senators, including those who are in safe in a different secured location. So once the two is all together, we can move ahead with the proceedings. The really important part was that the Electoral College ballots are here with us. One of the staff members was very quick thinking and was able to secure those and bring them with her when they evacuated us to this location. So we are able to proceed should Senator McConnell decide to bring their Senate out of the recess and call us back into session.
All right, next question I have is from Nicholas Wu. Nicholas, I believe I had you unmute yourself.
Hi, Senator. I hope that you're staying safe. I had a question about the lead up today. I mean, were you, as senators, given any indication that security was to be beefed up, or, I mean, were things just totally inadequate?
So we were told that there would be increased security, and we were told to have give ourselves extra time to get into place, and that we were not necessarily speaking on the floor, to not have everybody come immediately and be on the floor the entire time for security purposes, but then also for COVID social distancing purposes as well. So, for example, I was in a different location and was just headed to the floor because it was my time. I was supposed to speak at 2:50, and at 2:45, I was in the tunnels underneath the Capitol complex headed to the floor when I was turned around by the Capitol Police. And they had to go to a secure location immediately. So, I have felt secure this entire time. We will take a look at what happened in terms of the security procedures later on. Right now, we need to make sure that we get this process of determining the electoral ballots, the ballots counting and process completed, so that we can then move on to really doing the people's work. And then we will take a look at what happened with the security issues later on. But right now, everybody is safe, and we need to get back to work.
All right, next question will be from Mark Maxwell. Mark, you have you unmuted.
Yeah, hi, Senator. You sort of just alluded to this, but I wonder if you can describe the moments when you were escorted out. What did you see? Did you ever feel unsafe at some point? And also, how important would it be for Congress to continue that effort of certifying the election results today?
I think it is paramount that we certify the election results today. I would not be deterred from carrying out my constitutional duties by a mob, by a violent mob that chooses to essentially try to storm the Capitol and conduct a coup attempt. I will tell you that most of our senators are made of much sterner stuff than that, and I certainly will not going to be deterred from doing my job. And so the sentiment, at least among the Democratic senators, is that we want to certify the Electoral College results, and that we don't intend on leaving until we get to do that. Again, we're just waiting to hear what the leadership is going to decide in terms of Mitch McConnell and whether or not he's going to call us back into session. But we're certainly capable of doing it. As I was going through the tunnel, there has been all day an increased number of Capitol Police officers. They have been vigilant. And as I said, they stopped me from getting to the Capitol when I was trying to get there because the breach was occurring. And as I leave to this location, the entire way has been full of police officers and also residents. I'm so sorry. They're making a
Our plan is to assemble a way that we're going to run a demonstration off the Capitol Square. So I just want to say, my job is to talk to you every 20 or so minutes.
just getting an update from the Capitol Police.
Meanwhile, we're going through the village floor by floor. We know we have had and still have people in the building. We're going through that building.
They are checking in with us every 20 minutes to give us an update as to what is happening.
Right now, Capitol Police Headquarters is clear. The Capitol Drop, or what we call it. I'll come back again to get more information.
So right now they're in the process of clearing the Capitol and finding the remaining staff members who will be barricaded in different locations, and then they'll be back to talk to us in about another few minutes. Okay, that was the announcement. Sorry for that.
All right, next question we'll take is from Casey Nolan. Casey, if you can unmute yourself.
Hi, Senator, with the NBC affiliate in St. Louis. Does Senator Hawley bear any responsibility for what's happening today?
The responsibility for this lays at the feet of President Trump. This is purely his responsibility. He is the one who decided people didn't come and he is the one who is out there today speaking to the crowd. And even now, just to see, I just saw on television when he was telling people to go home, and he, in fact, was telling folks when he repeated conspiracy theories and lies. I am disappointed in Senator Hawley for participating in this, but the blame for this lays solely at the feet of Donald Trump.
All right, next question from WAND. I believe you're unmuted.
Hi, Senator. Chris Carter with WAND. I have two questions. First of all, President Trump did just put out a 1-minute statement moments ago telling these people to go home peacefully, still saying that the election is a fraud and that we need to fight for that, but says we need to be peaceful. What your reaction to that? And then number two, the NAACP has called for immediate impeachment of the governor or of the president while you guys are in the nation's capital. Any talk of that, and do you think that can happen in such a short time frame?
I don't think that can happen in a short time frame, and frankly, that was nothing to help the situation. I will tell you that we get through the crisis of today. We need to bring this country together. Our country is hurting. Our democracy is being tested right now, and the best thing that we can do is to carry out the rituals and the requirements of our democracy, which is why it's so important for us here to certify these results today and get this process continuing to move forward. It is shameful that the President of the United States, after inciting violence, would only spend 1 minute after he successfully incites his violence to tell his supporters to go home. But even in that 1 minute, he continues to spread lies and repeat false claims And so and this is Donald Trump. He has never cared anything about anything other than himself. And it is unfortunate that we find ourselves here today, but I will not be deterred from doing my job here in the United States Senate, because the next thing that we need to do, once we get through certifying these election results, the next thing that we need to do is to get back to work to fight this pandemic, to get people vaccinated, to get a $2,000 check out to Americans who are struggling right now, to get help to our state and local government, and to make sure that we can get life back to normal. And we can't do that if we buckle under these really disgraceful actions of these protesters out there. We're not even protesters; they're just a mob. They're just a mob. I have always defended the rights of people to protest peacefully. That is one of the most American things you can do, is to stand up and speak your mind and protest. To do it peacefully. And what they've become today has not been that. Instead, they have acted like a mob, and it is shameful. And it is certainly un-American and undemocratic.
All right, thank you so much everyone for joining. If you were unable to record, we will be able to send you a recording after this. Feel free to email our press office. If you do not get it, we will be able to get that to you. Thank you so much everyone for joining, and stay safe today. Thank you.